Welcome to Nigeria, echoed in Ugo's ears as the plane touched down at Lagos International Airport. The realization struck him hard. Life truly isn't fair. Ugo had left Nigeria with dreams of a better life. He came from a poor family of 4 children. His father, Mr. Sunday, ran a small shop selling recharge cards and phone accessories, while his mother was a trader. Despite their struggles, Ugo stood out. Though not the firstborn, he was the first male child, brilliant in school and admired for his good character. Teachers and students alike respected him. After acing his WAEC exams with flying colors, Ugo's dream of attending university seemed like a distant hope. But his math teacher, Mr. Udo, saw his potential. "Ugo, I'll help you pursue your academics," Mr. Udo said one day. "I'm working on something. Pray it works out." "Thank you, sir," Ugo responded, filled with gratitude. One day, while Ugo was helping at his father's shop, a former classmate ran up to him. "Ugo, Mr. Udo said you should come immediately. There's good news." Without hesitation, Ugo left everything and sprinted to his teacher's office. "Good afternoon, sir," he panted, his excitement barely contained. "My son," Mr. Udo said with a smile, "God has answered your prayers. I submitted a scholarship application for you to study abroad, and it was successful. You've been admitted to study medicine." Ugo stood frozen, unable to believe the words. "Read for yourself," Mr. Udo said, handing him a parcel. Trembling, Ugo opened the envelope and read the scholarship letter. It was real. He shouted in joy, thanked his teacher profusely, and ran home to share the news. "Daddy, Mommy, God has done it." "What is it?" his parents asked anxiously. "I've been given a scholarship to study medicine abroad." "Praise the Lord," his parents exclaimed, tears of joy streaming down their faces. But amidst their celebration, a question lingered. How would they raise the money for the journey? "I will sell my land," Mr. Sunday declared. The next day, the land was sold, and all preparations were made. Before Ugo left, the family visited Mr. Udo with gifts to thank him for his kindness. "Be a good boy and focus on your studies," Mr. Udo advised Ugo. Arriving abroad, Ugo was overwhelmed by the beauty of the country. It felt like heaven. Determined to succeed, he studied diligently and made excellent grades. To support himself, he began working as a home care provider for the elderly and was assigned to Mrs. Packer, a kind but lonely widow who had lost her husband in the war and had no children. Ugo's discipline and humility impressed Mrs. Packer, and they grew close. But one morning, when Ugo arrived for work, he found her lying unconscious on the floor. He immediately called for help, and she was rushed to the hospital, where she fell into a coma. Unfortunately, neighbors accused Ugo of trying to harm Mrs. Packer for her wealth. The allegations led to his immediate deportation. Back in Nigeria, Ugo was devastated. The news spread through his community, dividing opinions. Some believed his innocence and supported him, while others doubted his story. His parents were heartbroken, having sold their only land to send him abroad. Refusing to give up, Ugo began tutoring students in mathematics to earn a living. For 5 months, he worked tirelessly, sustaining himself while hoping for a miracle. Then, one morning, Mrs. Packer regained consciousness and demanded to see Ugo. Upon learning about his deportation, she was outraged and filed a report clearing his name. She requested that he be brought back to complete his studies. One day, Ugo received a letter in the mail. It was an invitation to return abroad to continue his education. Overjoyed, he used the money he had saved from tutoring to buy a ticket and flew back. Ugo resumed his studies with renewed determination and graduated as a medical doctor. Shortly afterward, Mrs. Packer passed away, leaving everything she owned to Ugo in her will. Returning to Nigeria, Ugo was no longer the boy who had left in despair. He came back as a wealthy medical doctor. With his newfound wealth, he built a free hospital in his community, providing health care to those in need. Ugo's story became a beacon of hope, a testament to resilience, and a reminder that perseverance and integrity can overcome life's unfairness. Moral of the story: 1. Hard work and resilience lead to success, even in the face of setbacks. 2. Kindness and good character leave lasting impressions. 3. Never give up on your dreams, no matter the obstacles.